Hey y'all. So a quick message before we get on to your video. I have posted a new installment of This Is Me. It is the most important This Is Me video I have ever posted or likely will post. That is no pomp and circumstance, that is the tea. So if after this video you can head on over and watch it, that would mean the world to me. The link to that video will be in the description box below of your reading. And with that being said, on to your reading. Thanks. Hey Pisceans, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're gonna be taking a look at your second half of October general reading here. So in your meditation, wow, wow is all I can really say. So I saw the image of a huge spider, like a larger than life, like Harry Potter sized, like spider. And I saw this spider crawling around, really kind of lumbering around, really, it's a bit too big to crawl. And then I saw an image of you as the high priestess from the tarot, sitting on your high priestess throne. And then I heard the song, I think it's by Kanye West, the flashing lights, with a bunch of photographers taking your picture like as the high priestess. You're sitting there and the flashes from the camera. And I saw this huge spider like literally crawling over your fit, like literally huge spider just crawling all over you. And you're so intent on posing for the cameras that you're willfully ignoring it, right? In the meditation. And I'm looking at this thinking like, how long can one really ignore like a huge life-size spider crawling across one's face? And I'm watching this, and then I see a mouse come and sort of sit on your shoulder and kind of rip off the, kind of like the equivalent of a blindfold over your eyes. And then I saw you kind of finally see the spider, and then I saw you step out of it. It was like a standing costume of the high priestess. I saw you step out of it and be as yourself and kind of look back at like where you were as the high priestess, and just standing there in what felt like a very vulnerable way. And it felt like there was a resistance or reluctance. I heard you say like, well, I didn't want to see, I didn't want to look, right? So it's interesting. There's a lot to unpack here. I will say that spider energy does equate to high priestess energy. It's kind of a hybrid with Ten of Pentacles energy as well, because it speaks about the stories that we weave, our ancestry, where we're coming from, our viewpoint, where we're going, the legacy that we inherit, and the legacy that we're going to leave behind, right? Which is a mental, emotional legacy, just as much as it is a material legacy. That mouse energy is also very much about a Two of Pentacles energy, which is about juggling and work and personal life. But there's also within mouse energy, it's very much about allowing you to see things very clearly, seeing the details of things. The mouse doesn't know any energy from an energetic viewpoint, of course, around like not wanting to see something or not being willing to look. The mouse's survival depends on their ability and their willingness to see danger all around, because they're also able to see opportunity to escape from that danger or the opportunity to find food or shelter by looking, by paying attention to the details. In shamanic work, one of the few animals that can get in and out of the lower world, right, within the shamanic practice without being noticed or very easily is mouse. And I feel like that is an energy that is much undervalued, but I feel like it's coming through for you in a really strong way during this time. So within that, and the high priestess being all about connecting to your intuition and your subconscious and the hidden realm, I do feel like Pisces, like you guys are, I'll put it this way, I've never met a Pisces that wasn't also an empath. Which is not to say that they don't exist, but in my experience, those who have incarnated here as Pisces also happen to be empaths, which means that you feel other people's feelings as your own. It just feels like there's this sense within you of, it feels like a very distinct reluctance to look at what is way beneath the surface. It does within yourself, but also your circumstances. It can be very scary to see. It's not easy being a seer, right? But I feel like this is an ability you have within you that is somehow it's like a magician, like on stage with that tool of misdirection, right? They have the audience look over here while they're doing the trick over here, right? Something about misdirection here. There also feels like there's something related here for you around the path that you have been on wants to merge into another path or shift in some way. And you're being asked to like align yourself to the details of your situation so that you can merge with it and align to it. Okay, and it does feel like it is for your highest and best good, okay? Really, really nice. So let's go ahead and see what your cards say. Hey Pisceans, let's go ahead and see what your animal energy is for second half of October. Moving right on into Scorpio season, which, you know, makes a lot of sense with your meditation because Scorpio season is very much about, you know, seeing what's in the subconscious, seeing what's in the hidden realm and the shadows and all of that. And look what's on the bottom, bat energy. Beautiful. So we have the beaver here. Very interesting. You know, this is a very gentle energy coming in for you, and I feel like it's really lovely. So here we have a water animal here, which aligns with you being a water sign, which is always very auspicious when you get an animal of your like element, but it's a hybrid because it's also very earthy, very much an earth energy as well. You know, beaver energy equates to that of the 8 of Pentacles, which is about hard work and talent meeting up with divine timing, right? But there's an aspect of beaver energy, which is why I love it so much. It is on one hand about the actual work that we do in order to make money or to, you know, thrive within the material realm. But it's also about like doing the work, as in the inner work, the personal work, the hard work of personal growth, right? So there's an aspect to this that says like the more we engage in the personal work, the more that our material work is informed and can flourish, right? So there's something to that coming in for you, and I rather like it. You know, the beaver as a personality type, look how happy that beaver is, right? I always feel, even though it's like technically water, it's very earthy, I always think this is the animal that best represents Virgo energy, right? Because this is the personality type of someone who loves to have fun, loves to have a good time, but only when all the work for the day has been done and the prep for the work tomorrow is in place. They are the definition of they play hard only when they've worked hard, right? So that it's interesting that that's coming in for you. Very, very interesting. Let's see what's going on. I love beaver energy. It's such a gentle energy to come through as a medicine. Oh, really? Ooh, look who's on the bottom. Hermit, Virgo energy. We were just talking about that. 9 of Pentacles. Well, you don't say. It's a beautiful earth energy coming in here for you. It's very water and earth, this reading. I'm here for it, Pisces. So 9 of Pentacles is really, really brilliant because the 9 is about a completion point, right? But the 9 of Pentacles is very much about independence. It's about enjoying one's alone time. It's the key of the entrepreneur, but it's also about standing strong within one's energy on the back end of self-realization. The 9 of Pentacles it can only come after any imposter syndrome has been cured, after any feelings of unworthiness have been conquered. The 9 of Pentacles is someone who is very successful in part because they've conquered their mind, right? This is about those physical benefits and rewards that come as a result of you becoming in alignment and vibrational match to that energy by what? Doing the inner work. Everyone has the ability to align with a 9 of Pentacles reality, which is about, you know, doing incredibly well financially, right? As a result of your own hard work and your own comeuppance, right? That's why this is the key of the entrepreneur, because it's someone who feels really good about the work that they did on their own, right? They might have had some help along the way, who doesn't? But this is about feeling good about the work that they did, right? So it's interesting that it's coming here with this beaver energy and that yellow as well, which, let's talk about it. Yellow is the color of the solar plexus chakra, which governs our self-confidence. And also it is the one chakra through which we receive and view and experience the world, right? There's something coming in around this for you, around that, you know, high priestess and not wanting to look or see. I feel like we're looking at some self-confidence within you, that chakra in particular, that could really use some attention, okay? Let's see what else is going on. Right. So, showing up in your own reading, are you? How dare you? No, this is beautiful. I do want to point out, it's very auspicious so far, Pisces, because you have a water animal, right? And you're showing up in your own reading because you are the moon key in the tarot. So it's two very auspicious signs for you. So Cancer got this as well. So actually, I'm hearing you go watch the Cancer reading as well. It feels like it's holding hands with this one. It often does with your element. Is there also water sign? But I'm hearing maybe go look at that reading as well. This is about the unknown, but it's about your intuition and your psychic ability. But it's also about the fear that comes from, having to walk down a dark path where you don't know what's up ahead. So this is really holding hands with that High Priestess energy. And it's like, are you afraid of the knowledge or the message or the truth that's going to come through to you on the other side of you being willing to look and listen and receive that knowledge and that sacred intuition? There's something you're feeling reluctant to really take a look at or really see or acknowledge. Do you feel like something in your life is coming up to be changed or taken through a phase of metamorphosis, but there's a reluctance within you because you don't know what it's going to look like or what is going to exist for you on the other side of this change that you're being called to, but maybe you don't necessarily know how to enact it or, again, what it will look like? Whenever the moon comes up, we're being called to embrace the unknown in some way, shape, or form. I find that it can be very helpful to observe yourself at all times. I'm an air sign, so of course I'm going to say that, but it truly can be very, very helpful, especially for a water sign such as yourself, to be able to observe what within you feels balanced, what within you feels anxious, what within you feels sad, what within you feels like you are aligned and exactly where you're meant to be, and allow that to be a compass for you. Really tapping into that question of how much during my day or my week or my life do I feel like I'm exactly where I'm meant to be, which does not mean that your circumstances are perfect. They could actually be not going well at all, but you're still connected to your gut. As a Pisces, I know you're connected to your gut. You can feel, right? As an empath, as a clairsentient, right? You can feel whether or not you're exactly where you're meant to be. You're being asked to really be honest with yourself around that question. I know it's not easy. And speaking of which, the Four of Swords here, very interesting considering the question that we're looking at, because the Four of Swords is about allowing yourself to completely rest, to completely shut down your operating system and allow yourself to just receive the benefits of resting your body, receive the benefits of resting your mind, because this is, mind energy with the Four of Swords. This is about a real feeling of inner peace that comes as a result of doing less, of granting yourself permission to be still and rest and receive knowledge, answers, inspiration. You are really being called to take some time to move more slowly and look within and really line up with what within you feels like it's on the right track and what within you is really being held up for your attention for change. There is something in your experience that's going, this isn't quite right, or this wants to change, or you've outgrown this, right? Or you've outgrown them, or whatever this is. You've outgrown this habit that you do on your own for yourself. And it's coming up for change and metamorphosis. But first, you really must acknowledge it in order for any change to occur in any real way. And again, I know it's not easy. But that's the work, right? Back to that beaver energy. That is the work. Let's get some advice for you, shall we? Let's get some, I just got shivvies. On track. Do you see that? That says on track, and that's your advice, One of Swords. Now, what did we just say? What did we literally just say? Checking in and seeing if you're exactly where you're meant to be, if you're on track. I'm so here for this. This is your advice. One of Scrolls is also Ace of Swords energy. Scrolls are swords in this deck. The tagline for Ace of Swords, it's similar to Four of Swords, which is, in stillness, there are answers, right? In stillness, I find answers. You are really being asked to, like, before you board on your next train or keep going on the train that you're on, I do feel like something is trying to come out to be rerouted for you, but you're being asked to take a look at what can shift and what you can make room around and change, walk away from, so that you can board this train that is really going to align you with that wonderful, nothing better feeling of, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. Okay? This is beautiful, Pisces. I love it. And you see all the yellow and green? You can access this wisdom through your heart chakra as well, because that is your main feeling chakra, right? Really beautiful. Okay, let's get an oracle. Let's get an oracle. Oh, beautiful. Oh, I love this so much. The Sun Dancers. I feel like this is such a beautiful gift to you. Also, more yellow. So the Sun Dancer says, joyful activity, celebration of life, abundance. Joyful activity, celebration of life, abundance. This is so beautiful because this is exactly what you deserve. I love that this is coming up as your oracle, because I feel like you are being shown a path to this reality, right? To more of this reality, back to that Nine of Pentacles. You know, 3 + 2 = 5. 5 is the number of change. So I really feel like you are also the Sun Dancer. The sun, think about the sun. The sun is illumination, allowing you to see things, right? I feel like what's on the other side of this work for you, of you being willing to see things that you may be afraid to see, or not willing to look at, or really looking at your dream times and paying attention to them, right? All of that is really informing this reality for yourself, where you have it, look at those butterfly wings, where you have this freedom that maybe you haven't known before, where you're really feeling like, wow, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be, right? And I feel like there's nothing that I'm not looking at or escaping my attention. There's nothing nagging me. There's nothing that it's calling for me to look at it. There's nothing that I'm avoiding. I'm fully embracing my life. I'm embracing my purpose. I'm embracing my own power of choice, right? I do feel like this is directly connected to your solar plexus chakra and working on your self-confidence and your aspects of worthiness and power, okay? There's a lot of meditations online to really work with that chakra. I highly encourage you and invite you to look at those, right? Really, really beautiful, Pisces, really, really beautiful. With that being said, I so hope that this helped and resonated. If so, please let me know in the comments below. I so love reading your comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. I would so appreciate that. And lastly, but not leastly, well, almost lastly, I would invite and ask you to please go watch the This Is Me video that I have published most recently. It ties into this reading and every reading that I'm doing for this round. I would really appreciate if you could go over there and watch it. There's some important news that I have for you in that video. And actually, lastly, thank you so much. Thank you for being you, and be well. Until next time.